Hello everyone, welcome to History and Culture. In 1424, the third emperor of the Ming Dynasty, Zhu Di, passed away at the age of 65. Zhu Di was regarded as a wise and capable ruler. During his 22-year reign, the country developed steadily, national strength grew, and the people lived in peace and prosperity. However, what is puzzling is that, despite being emperor for many years, Zhu Di never had another son or daughter during his reign. This was an extremely rare occurrence among Chinese emperors. Such an unusual situation sparked numerous speculations, and many people were left perplexed. It wasn't until a palace maid, on her deathbed, revealed a shocking secret that the long-hidden history slowly came to light, and the truth was finally uncovered. According to historians, Zhu Di was the fourth son of Zhu Yuanzhang, the founding emperor of the Ming Dynasty. As a child, he was intelligent and clever, particularly skilled in warfare. It is said that when he was 7 years old, his father, Zhu Yuanzhang, personally changed his name to Zhu Di. The meaning of this name was that he would inherit his father's cause and eventually become a powerful ruler. At the age of 17, Zhu Di was made a prince and sent to guard the frontier. Zhu Di had great abilities and ambitious aspirations, and he had dreamed of becoming emperor since his youth. Later, the Jingnan campaign broke out, and Zhu Di, with support from the north, defeated the then emperor, King Jing, Zhu Yunwen, and ultimately ascended to the throne himself. In 1402, Zhu Di officially became emperor, adopting the reign title Yongle. By this time, he had achieved great success, wielding substantial power, commanding the military, and surrounded by numerous concubines and beautiful women. He had essentially reached the peak of his life. According to the customs of the time, newly crowned emperors typically expanded their harem quickly, bringing in more beautiful women. At that time, Zhu Di was 43 years old, in the prime of life, and had many beautiful concubines around him. However, to everyone's surprise, during his 22 years as emperor, there were no records of him having any more children. This fact was truly baffling. As a result, both inside and outside the palace, people whispered about this matter, but no one dared to ask the emperor directly. The concubines in the harem looked at each other, each guessing what secret lay behind it. Especially among the common people, a rumor spread that Zhu Di, having seized the throne, was punished by heaven and the people. This punishment was that he could not have his own descendants. Court officials also speculated privately. Some ministers believed that Zhu Di might have been suffering from an incurable illness that prevented him from having children. Others speculated that during the Jingnan campaign, when Zhu Di personally led the army on the front lines, he may have been injured, which could have caused him to be unable to have offspring for many years. These discussions and speculations abounded, but no matter what outsiders guessed, Zhu Di remained silent. He never directly addressed the issue of not having descendants after becoming emperor, nor did he reveal any related details. Many years passed, until one day, a palace maid who had served Emperor Yongle in the palace, on her deathbed, revealed a stunning secret. It turned out that Zhu Di had been unable to have children even before he ascended to the throne. This fact had never been recorded in historical texts, but it seemed to be the real reason why Zhu Di could not leave behind any heirs. The maid, on her deathbed, inadvertently revealed this long-buried truth. She said that Zhu Di had been severely wounded during the Jingnan campaign on the northern battlefield. But this information had never been made public. She disclosed that this injury had caused significant damage to Zhu Di's body, and he had even lost his ability to have children. She boldly speculated that since 1392, there had been no records of Zhu Di having children, so the injury must have occurred before that time. According to the palace maid's account, the 32-year-old Zhu Di sustained a serious and embarrassing injury during the northern campaign, which caused immense damage to his body and ultimately rendered him incapable of fathering children. This is indeed a great shame for a man. Especially for an emperor in the prime of his life. To have lost his ability to father children in his youth. This was undoubtedly something he could not accept. To cover up this secret, Zhu Di never spoke of it and kept it deeply buried in his heart. To prevent the truth from being revealed. He even cruelly executed all the palace maids who might leak the secret. This also explains why, although Zhu Di ascended the throne in middle age, he was unable to have any more children. Yet the secret was eventually uncovered. Zhu Di, once a brave and powerful emperor, could not escape the fate that had been arranged for him. He held the empire and had beauties by his side. But he failed to leave behind a healthy successor. This fact became an eternal pain in Zhu Di's heart. It is worth mentioning that before Zhu Di ascended the throne, he already had a large family, with 4 sons and 5 daughters. His eldest son, Zhu Gaoqi, was the crown prince, and enjoyed wealth and power from a young age. But he also bore the heavy responsibility of governing the country. Unlike his father Zhu Di's warlike style, Zhu Gaoqi was gentle and advocated for leniency, striving to lighten the burdens of the people. Due to this difference in temperament, Zhu Di often criticized him as being too weak and not capable of governing the country. The second son, Zhu Gaoxiu, though skilled in martial arts and decisive in character, was ambitious. But his abilities did not match his aspirations. This led to frequent reprimands from his father. The third son, Zhu Gaosui, although somewhat talented, was never given the attention or favor of his father. As for the youngest son, Zhu Gaoer, he had potential as a successor. But he passed away young, and even his name was not recorded in history. What appeared to be a life of luxury and power in the imperial family was, in fact, filled with power struggles and estrangement within the family. Zhu Di had hoped that his children would assist him in ruling the country. But reality far exceeded his expectations. Even though he set strict requirements for his children, the absence of fatherly love meant that Zhu Di and his children lacked true intimacy and trust. Over time, cracks began to form between father and son, between ruler and subject, that could not be repaired. In his later years, Zhu Di's disappointment with his children became more evident. His eldest son, Zhu Gaoqi, and second son, Zhu Gaoxiu, had many conflicts over the issue of succession. Zhu Di once considered passing the throne to Zhu Gaoxiu, but due to his violent temperament and improper conduct, it never came to fruition. In the end, the throne was passed to Zhu Gaoqi. Before his death, Zhu Di gave many instructions to Zhu Gaoqi, hoping he would follow the ancestral traditions and live harmoniously with his brothers. However, the basic trust between Zhu Di and his children had long been lost, and his instructions became hollow words. According to comments from historians, Zhu Di's life can almost be summarized as struggle. From the moment he ascended the throne, he was involved in endless military campaigns, particularly in the 22nd year of the Yongle reign. This was the most intense period of Zhu Di's military career. Faced with invasions from northern tribes such as the Tatars and the Wala, he personally led his army to campaign, forcing these tribes to submit, earning him the title of Emperor on Horseback. However, years of war drained Zhu Di of much of his physical strength and energy. Even in his later years, he still personally led expeditions, frequently going on long campaigns, which took a toll on his health. During his final campaign against the Mongols, Zhu Di fell ill in the army and ended his life. Thus, the wars in his later years, though seemingly a ruler's responsibility to the nation, were actually a manifestation of his inner anxiety. This is the History and Culture channel. Liking and subscribing are the greatest help and support to us. Thank you everyone and see you in the next time.